Hey guys, what is up? My name's Alberto. I'll be your host. Welcome to Dating, Family, and Friends 48. Um, Today's subject is we will talk about how the subject matter of how your feelings control you. Now, the question I have nowadays is that people don't usually talk about it anymore. What is it people used to say? Don't let your feelings control you. I haven't heard that one in a long time. All I'm hearing more about is President Biden and Trump, and no matter what you have to say about either one of them, the country is divided. And maybe right now we, as more than ever, we gotta concentrate on how, or not really how or why, because it's very hard to explain, or I don't even think there's a solution to it really right now. Especially if you don't have a religion, if you don't have Christianity, if you're not a Buddhist or anything like that. What do you do? Because it's very important. Because what I can tell you is your feelings do control you, and the only way I could is really concentrate it, and let's categorize it if you want. This is the way I do it. Uh, for me, let's put it this way. I see my feelings of everything, of happiness. Well, let's not concentrate on happiness. Let's think of the negative feelings, the sadness, the anger, feeling lonely. It's a person. Let's pretend it's an, I guess, is a word an entity. See. Let's put it as an entity. All those feelings, that it's another person. Sadness, loneliness, and anger is a person. That's the way I define it. It's another person. So instead of me saying, oh, it's lonely, anger, sadness, no, all of them are into simplified. It's all one person. It's me versus that person. Because I feel that my soul, who I am, is not them. I'm more of my thinking process, who I am, my soul. I'm saying it again. And those feelings are not me. I feel like they're controlling me. I feel like it's another person controlling me. So let's get into it some more. Don't you ever feel sometimes it's like, why am I angry? There is no reason for me to feel angry. Why am I sad? There's no reason for me to feel sad. Why do I feel lonely? I have no reason, for example, loneliness. Why do I feel lonely? I don't have no reason to be lonely when I have a big family. It's just an example. I actually feel lonely with my family but a lot of them are a bunch of crap. They are. Take my word for it. If you'd be in my shoes, you'd know it. If you knew who I was, you'd know it. But that I don't want to get into that subject right now. It's for another video. So, to me, in my opinion, if you're watching this video and if it helps you, and I hope it does, I'm here to help you. I don't get paid for doing this. I do it because I want to help, and not to be cliche-ish, but I want to make a difference. If you can identify what I'm telling you, maybe it will help you. Because hopefully some of you are here to watch this because you might think you need some help about it, or you're like, let's just hear what you have to say. Maybe I could be informative to you. Maybe I can show you a different perspective on it. Be knowledgeable. I ain't gonna say I'm the smartest person alive, but I truly believe I have common sense. Not to toot my own horn, I really believe I have common sense. I know I've helped people in the past, and I want to help people now. I want to continue to help people. Um, so yeah, identify it. Identify as another person, or if you don't like my way, figure a way, my opinion, figure out your own way how to deal with these emotions, because they will get the best of you. They will get you. How many times has your emotions got you in trouble? Right? For example, anger. There's no reason to be angry, but you're just angry. And let's say one of your family members or a friend or somebody, they get you angry and you actually punch them. What are the consequences of that? A, they may hit you back. Two, you might get a bad reputation for being a violent person. I don't condone punching somebody in the violence and punching somebody in the face. But if you did, I would not blame you, because it's just we are human. We make mistakes sometimes, even in violent ones. I myself have been assaulted by family members, even though they don't want to admit it to this day. But I'll never forget. And it really sucks, because sometimes they even assaulted me while I was a child. They not no physically assaulted me. Don't think it's the other one. No, I've never been that. But yes, I have been physically assaulted. I have been thrown punch and kicks while I have a sister that's like 22 years old and I'm only 8 years old. I mean, it's pathetic. And in today's standards, if I were to be in a case involving that I have a 22-year-old sister beating on me and I'm an 8-year-old child and I'm small, I grew fast, but I didn't grow that fast. I was still, the height and weight difference was there. How would that go in court? It wouldn't go. If my sister was found guilty, it wouldn't go. It wouldn't go well for her nowadays. Well, I don't know. With this Biden administration, they probably wouldn't care if they killed me. I'm just saying. And no, I'm not a Joe Biden fan. I ain't that dumb. Um, because my point is, I don't think people would care. Oh, my sister's 22 years old and way bigger than this 8-year-old kid, and oh, we're gonna worry about her, why she lost her control of her feelings. No, they probably, if I had a good judge, they'd throw her in jail. I can tell you right now, I would not do that. Why would, if I'm 22 years old, especially that I'm a guy, go beat up on my little brother that's only 8 years old? Does that make any sense? Now, if you go spank him like your little brother, I understand that. Nah, but my 22, I don't even know if she was 22. She was probably older than that, a little bit older. I was hiding in a room because I found my other sister. And this sister I'm talking about, let's say she was 20 years old. I put an old baby carriage, a wooden one, an old one, a heavy, really heavy one, at least 30 pounds. I put it in front of the door. She flipped the door. I mean, she blasted the door. That baby carriage went flying, and she came in with a belt and started hitting my legs. She didn't hit my butt for a spanking. She hit my legs several times, and I had to stand up in the bed and cheer me on. I started punching her in her arms. I would have punched her in the face, but I couldn't. I just didn't get the. I didn't get the angle. YouTube, I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying what happened to me. And so YouTube won't get mad. I didn't get serious injuries, and me. Now I was very skinny, so me punching her arms at 8 years old, I don't think I did much damage by little bruises. And I don't want to say, oh, my sister couldn't control her feet. And you know what? That sister, that had nothing to do with her. I didn't even have a beef with that 20-year-old sister. I had beef with my other one. I was angry with my other sister. I had conflict with my sister, so I don't even. That makes it worse. Why are you entering something that a confrontation that has nothing to do with you? Remember, I said I'll make the family sucks and all crap. I bet you anything, if I were to confront her about it, she would deny it. But I will never forget. I will never forget what she did that day. I was only 8 years old. She was 22, and she's big. She's 5'6" and big. I was probably a height of maybe 5'3" or something. I don't know, 5'4". And I was skinny as a toothpick back then. I was so skinny. When I got into my teenage years, that I told myself I gotta eat. I don't know if you all know about that bodybuilding powder. I used to eat some of that to grow mass, eat spaghetti, and then I started finally getting fat. I gained some muscle, then I got fat once I stopped lifting weights. Oh well. So maybe that's not a good example of feelings, because that my sister's just crazy, man. She gets mad. She looks like the devil. Isn't another? Am I missing one feeling? Isn't fear a feeling? Fear's gotten the best of me. Fear actually was a big part in destroying my future. I had a fear. Y'all know this. Most of y'all know the story already. No. I was a really good athlete. There came time where it was time for me to go to high school. I was afraid of high school. I was a very good football player. I wanted to play football. And I was already afraid to go. I was terrified to go, but I pushed myself to go. Nobody I had a big family. I didn't trust any of them. I asked some of them, or even my parents. I told them, they're the direct ones to ask, hey, take me. They didn't want to take me. And I think I had fault in it. I did not trust my family then. They're always telling me no, and then I was afraid to ask them. I was just terrified of the whole ordeal. I was afraid to call the high school. I went over there. I got lost in the athletic department. I was already terrified going over there. Went over to Rome and the coaches. I want to ask, when was freshman practice? Because I was being a freshman in high school. I went into a room in the athletic department. Coach was teaching a class, and he tells me I interrupted his meeting. Sir, how can I get help to get my physical form for football? He says, son, don't you interrupt me again. I didn't play for him, and that was my ultimate dream. That was my only dream. Playing my high school football and beating a rival team. And I was good. I was just not, I want to play. No, I already played. I proved myself. I was good in junior high. And I had common sense playing. I was really good. And I was a monster at it. I was good and I was a monster at it. And this coach made a mistake for him and he made a mistake for me. Because I was determined and motivated to do it. To beat that rival team. You don't mess around with people that are talented and motivated. And fear is what killed it for me. It's a feeling. So has to do with our subject have emotions or feelings that get control of you. And my future got ruined because, for one, I was already disadvantaged because I was already afraid. Two, I had the worst luck ever that destroyed my life of going to the coaches on that day and that's how emotions or your feeling emotions feelings whatever same thing, right? That's how your feelings can work against you. I lost my entire future because of feelings. That was just one aspect of it. Two, I have a crappy family. Three, the head coach was stupid and should never deny talent. In my family, I went with him. No way would the coaches say anything because they'd get in trouble. They'd be with an adult. Me, I'm a kid. I'm fearful. I don't know anything, and I'm a fearful kid. I'm not one of those kids that that just create mischief and do whatever. I know those kids, but I'm not one of them. So, so for me not being selfish, let me ask you: has there ever been what you have? The question I want you to ask yourself: has your feelings ever took control of you, where you did something bad that you got consequences for, and it, those most of the time we get those consequences and we're not happy about it. For example, there's a child, just a child. Do you feel like this child where your mom or dad you did something bad, your mom and dad either spanked you or they put you in timeout? Usually when we get spanked, none of us are feel cool about that afterwards. When they put you in timeout, I don't think most of us think it's fun. We have to be crazy to be think it's fun to be put in timeout. Stay in that wall, stay in that corner. It's not a good feeling unless we're crazy or end up being criminals in the criminals in the future. Loneliness, sadness, not too much consequences. It is a consequence just having that feeling. You know, it's not. We're not gonna get punished for it usually. So the other question would there's like some questions that come to mind concerning those subjects. Where do they come from? I don't know. They are just something we're born with. I think it's safe to say almost every person, 99% of us come from are born with it. Feelings. Some are fearful like me. Some are some I think are rare are born with being angry. My theory on anger is that people do stuff to us that we become angry. I don't think I think some of us are born with anger. Just you're out of your mom's womb and you're gonna be mad. Maybe that's a uh, what does it call it? Um, Something with your particles and your cells and all that. I don't know. I can't think of the word. But you're just born angry. I it might. Well, the thing. Let me say my thing. I know I was born a sensitive kid. My dad was. I think he was sensitive. He would get nervous stomach, sensitive or nervous, whatever you want to call it. So I was. I could get angry just like anybody else was a kid, but I when I felt my family screwed me over the football thing and the coaches, I became very angry after that, and I to this day I still feel like that. That thing that happened to me, that's just in my case. I want to know about your all's cases too, but nobody ever talks to me. I was 14 when that happened, ready to go to high school. I'm already in my mid 40s and I still carry it. And I really, I'm gonna use the word hate. I shouldn't maybe, but I really hate it when people tell me, move on, get over it. It's not gonna, it's not, because to me it's a bunch of crap that people tell me because they don't walk in my shoes, they don't feel the way I feel. It's not that easy. I've tried. Don't you think I've tried already? I have common sense. I don't want to feel this way. I still carry that anger. Now, I'm going to ask you guys if you were in the same boat. I want to say more likely most of you haven't. If you're in your mid 40s or older than me and you feel happy, well, maybe you haven't, you haven't gone through something that horrible that happened to you. And you're lucky, man. If you tell me you're happy to this day and you're a mother or you're a grandmother or you're single at a later age and you're happy, well, I wish I was you. I wish it was you, but I'm not happy. And I am a victim of what I'm talking about, of feelings getting the control of us. This is a lesser case. You might like this story. I haven't said this story this much. I was at a church. We call it over here in South Texas, a Spanish word. We call it a carmesa. What a carmesa is, it's like a bazaar, I guess in English. From the church, it's where they have a lot of games and songs, and people go there and like a little mini circus. And I went to one, but it was during Halloween. They had a little, we had a long, I don't know, I do most churches have it. We have here, we have a church, and then we have a long building of classrooms where you do CCD, your Christianity, your religion classes, I think that's what we call them. Well, we had this, like I was saying, this bizarre party thingy in Halloween, and they had a haunted house, and then this girl at the time was I was very small. We were like 8, 7, I don't know. This girl that was a love of my life back then. I shouldn't say love of my life. I just had a or major crush. We could call it that. She was gonna go to this classroom where the haunted house was at with one of the classes. They put a haunted house in one of the classes, and I wanted to go right behind her. And it sounds simple, and it sounds simple, just to because she wasn't gonna go in. I was just to for me to get turned on and stuff. I was gonna go behind her. I mean, I wasn't gonna touch her or anything. It's just to be close to her. Just she was my crush. Where I couldn't stand how much I liked her or how much I did like her. She goes in, and guess what? I chickened out. I could not go behind her. That's how much of a crush I had on her. That's how scared I was. You see, right there, my feelings controlled me. The fear, the feeling of fear controlled me. And of course, I was disappointed. I only remember talking to her one time. I will, on a side note, I will say this cute story. It's gonna sound perverted, but I don't mean to be perverted. My friends thought it was perverted. What happened is I was in the cafeteria, and I was luckily enough for her to sit, on the other side of the table. They were giving hot dogs. Yeah, I'm thinking perverted in my mind, whatever. But I literally, I'm not saying pervert away, I literally gave her my hot dog. I'm not being perverted. I didn't mean to put my hand there. I gave her my hot dog, and she accepted. And she ate it. And I don't know if it was a bad thing for me because it's kind of hard. I love food. And I know back then I loved food, and I think for me it was a little bit of a loss, but it was a big win because I gave her something. And I'm pretty sure I had somewhat of a good day. I don't know, probably with my stomach rumbling because she ate my main food, or I gave it to her. But and of course, I told my friends, "Hey, she gave her my hot dog. I thought they start thinking perverted." I'm like, "Come on, man." We were all young though. We were around 8. Even my friends. I had one friend that was 2 years older than me, probably like he was like 10 years old, but the fact of the matter is we were young and my feelings, you know, well, not during the hot dog story, but the feeling of not going after in the bazaar into that haunted that Halloween house in that classroom from church thing from religion classes. That one got to me. The coach got to me. So now, what can we do about this problem? To me, it is a problem. We have identified it. If you're watching this video and you're identified, then I did my job. And if some of y'all don't care about the subject, which is there's a shot that's gonna happen. Well, I'm sorry for wasting your time. To me, it's a big deal. And hopefully, some of you might. Well, maybe some of you might say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." But when you come across a situation where your feelings get to you and you do something dumb, maybe you'll think about this, and I'll accomplish something too. Maybe nobody's gonna see this, and I'll accomplish nothing at all. But if anything, maybe I gave you some stories, so maybe entertain some. Amen. Because I have stories, and people, you like stories, I got them. I have a whole bunch of them, and that's because I didn't go out that a lot in high school or anything like that. I didn't start going out really until age 24 or something. So again, we've identified these feelings, and we can say it's an entity, it's another person. What can we do about it? Almost nothing. Almost nothing. I will tell you that 98% of the time I'm still gonna be. My feelings tell me what to do, and I'll do them because it's very hard to fight it. 1% or 2% of the time, I may fight it and get a win out of it. That's just the way I see things. So it's very hard to fight. I think one strategy how to deal with your feelings is don't do anything at all. Don't go punch that person in the face. Don't your other feelings alone. Don't let you know. Try not to loneliness not to get to you, which is very hard. Try not if you have fear of anything, spiders or whatever. Don't try to let that feeling overcome you. That's all I could tell you, but it's just really hard. Sometimes we're all our feelings are gonna beat us almost every single time. But identify it. If you identify it, then you have something. If I helped you in this video, then you do have something. You're like, hey, at least in this video, this guy talked about it. At least Alberto talked about it. If he didn't, then I would be on my own and I wouldn't know how to deal with these problems. Right, man. If you don't identify the problem, that's even worse. It's worse. This is better that you have someone to talk to. And I have live streams, like I always tell you guys. Come look for me. And I have been away because I was afraid of copyright. I did it with YouTube. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. That's why I've been away for a while. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I gotta do this video. I gotta do it. Even I didn't even talk about it. Mental illness, depression. I have depression, anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. I've been diagnosed for it. But I think most of them are full of crap because they make me seem They even like label me a bipolar too. I'm rarely kicking or throwing stuff around. I do get mad, but I have not. I haven't assaulted anybody. I haven't gone after anybody, and since I was a kid. You know, when I was a kid, I have an excuse because I'm a kid, but now I'm an adult. I do get mad. I can scream and shout and stuff, but I know better than to be putting my hands on somebody. And so good luck with your feelings. If you ever need help, man, just come look for me. Comment. Go look for my live streams, and we'll talk about it. See, well, that's the best way. You know, there is somewhat of an answer. If you anything feeling anger, all these feelings, anger, loneliness, fear. If you have someone to talk to, you have half the battle won already. If you have no one to talk to, come look for me. Comment. I will do my best to get to you and talk to you. And I ain't just saying that. I really, truly, 100% mean it. Because I know what you're going through if you have problems controlling your feelings. All your feelings. So, I hope this video helped you somewhat. This video could help anybody. It could help anybody that's not identifying with their feelings of what the way I see it. Let's conquer them together. Let's try to. We're always going to go through hard times, even if we have someone to talk to. Sometimes there's just nobody there. For example, if you look for me and you can't find me, that's possible too. But just hang in there. And I first of all identify your feelings and see how you can act on your feelings. The first thing you do to act on your feelings is find someone to talk to. And then the last resort is just depend on yourself too. Hey man, keep busy, go do something, go watch a movie or something, get your mind off things. To take a relaxed pill, chill pill. Easier said than done, man, because I struggle with my feelings all the time. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I told you the best I could about identify your feelings and how to deal with them. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video, and my name's Alberto. I'm serious. If you need help or whatever, look for me on the live streams. Comment. Let me know if this video helps you out, and subscribe and like if you like. It does help the channel out, and so I can help you more with. Hey man, I don't get paid for any of this, but you know, just to show me, like, if y'all show me these videos are helpful to you, then it gives me that motivation to keep going and keep fighting to make videos to help you. You know, and it helps me especially too. Well, you guys come first. I put you guys first, but you know, these videos will help me too. This is good therapy for me. Because if I wasn't talking in this video, I wouldn't be talking to nobody, and my anxiety and depression would even be worse. All right, guys. My name's Alberto, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. God bless. Bye bye.